Hello and welcome back. This is again our Fortinet series. In the previous video, we deployed a Fortinet VM firewall on VMware Workstation. In this video, I'm going to show you how to register your VM with Fortinet FortiCloud. The machine is running. It's using a DHCP IP address. We haven't configured a static IP so far. I want to show you what IPs are there, and also we need to check the status of the license. So if we say diagnose IP address list, then it tells us what port uses what IP. So if you see the first one, 192.168.1.224, this is port 1, and port 1 is actually what I configured for my internet facing port. So this is netted double twice, one time with netting on a local router and then an external firewall. So what I want to do is access the IP address from the web, from the browser. So if I go to the browser and if we open, let's use the IP address, it will point to that 224. So this is the admin user we have. Then when we log in, it asks us to register the license. You might have a file you downloaded from Fortinet FortiCloud website, or you have a license, evaluation license, but that has to be registered. So I'm using evaluation license, and I will key in my account details. Then we click OK, and the machine will reboot when the license is added. So now that's going, and if you see, the system is now rebooting. From the command line or from the console, you can see the machine went into booting. If we go back to our web UI, we wait, and then it will take us to the login page where we will configure whatever configurations we need from the portal. So while this is rebooting, I'll pause the recording. So the reboot has completed. It was quite quick, and let's log in again. Okay, so it's saying sometimes when you get a new firewall, when you're deploying this, the need you might have to migrate from an older version. So this actually helps you from another product to migrate from another product to Fortinet firewall. So when you pass that stage, you come to here and it's asking you, do you want to do a converter? We're not doing that now. So if you see the setup progress is at this stage, we say no, we don't want that. Are you migrating from a different FortiGate with older firmware? If you're doing that, then you use that. Otherwise, you can use the converter. But here we say no, we're not doing any migration. Do you want automatic patch upgrades? This one, I'm not quite sure anybody would do the automatic one. I don't know why, because the system, while it is there, it will get a patch one day or an evening you're not aware of, and then it starts rebooting. So it won't be as per your business plans, what time the business operates and what time the business hours are off. So I would go for disable automatic patches. But you have to make sure when you're doing that, it defaults to that option. And then we continue, and then it says FortiGate will automatically update when a firmware patch is available. This can be changed later. Yeah, that's fine. We can do it always. And we need an optimal dashboard, all the minimum things, but comprehensive. Let's take everything, and there we can remove the things we don't need. So we say OK. The dashboard is now complete. It gives you quite a nice overview. If you have the time, then we say. So after setup completed, it took us to the dashboard. In the dashboard, you can actually change the widgets as you like. You can add more widgets or you can remove. On the left, you have the network, you have the policies and objects, and you can expand each one and then learn the configurations of each. For example, the interfaces, I only have the WAN interface, which is using 192.168. That's port 1. That's the one we're connected from. port 2, I haven't given any IP, but if you want to configure, then you can edit. You can edit the interface name and then give it an IP address. You can create static routes. You can create OSPF, BGP, and anything else you want from routing. You do it in the network tab. For policies and objects, you choose the policies, configurations, virtual IPs, IP pools, loads of stuff you can do from here. So this is the dashboard, the main dashboard, where you see your system status, and you can customize the widgets as you like. But generally, here's where you come when you're configuring an FortiGate firewall, a local firewall. If you want to manage multiple firewalls, then you go for the option of using FortiManager. The FortiManager will have all your assets or devices, and part of this FortiGate, and then other things as well, FortiAnalyzer, all the fabric you can actually manage from the FortiManager. So those, we will go to a different list of videos, but in this part, I'm showing you only the initial configuration, deployment, registration from FortiCloud, creating the accounts. You have seen those in the previous videos. Thank you again for your time, and see you in another video.